My name is Eric Brindley. Here is my ID. I hope you can read that. Look forward to talking to you guys today about taking your brand to the next level with promoting, advertising, and marketing as the tools in doing so. I really enjoyed this preparing for this assignment because it ties into what I do professionally. And I learned a lot, honestly, in studying other people's work. Steve Jobs once said, marketing is about values. It's a complicated and noisy world, and we're not going to get a chance to get people to remember much about us. No company is. So we have to be really clear about what we want them to know about us. And he's talking about your story and making your product unique. We're going to use, hopefully, what you've learned here today to help you elevate your brand, to not only promote it, advertise it and market it, but to really make it a staple in people's lives that they need. It's not something that they want, it's something that they count on. The first thing you have to do is you have to take a really good hard look at your product or your company, and you have to see and identify what makes it unique. If you're struggling to do that, it's possible that your company doesn't have anything that's unique about it. Talk to your customers. They'll be a great resource for you. The first step, as I said, is determining if your company already does something unique or great. Talk to your customers. You can poll them. I prefer one-on-one conversations with people, especially if you have good relationships with, where you can ask them to be honest and you know that they will be with you. Well, what do you do if you don't have something unique about your company or your product? What if you're selling just another knockoff widget? Well, identify an ability for your company to do something unique and work in that direction. Does your company have a skill set that makes it uniquely qualified to do something different to change your industry? Now, promotion is one of the techniques that we use to drive sales in the short term. Salesforce here said, sales promotions are a great way for your organization to encourage potential customers to buy your product. Done well, they boost short-term sales, etc. Just be careful with promoting things that you don't get off message. It is so critical that you stay on message with your story about your product. I believe that companies can easily make a mistake with off-message promotions. As the short-term sprinters in a marketing campaign, it's sometimes easy to stray away from the story of the company. So don't lose focus. Stay on the right path, or you may pay the cost in the long term. Advertising is another one of the tools that we use. It's really the mouthpiece of what our story is as it ties into the marketing campaign. You need to use all different avenues of advertising to hit your consumers in multiple different ways because your consumers have different ways that they see content. Advertising is what I like to think of as the brand maintenance necessary to continue pressure on the consumer's mind. Pressure sometimes can be taken with a negative connotation, but your customer needs to be reminded of who your brand is, what your story is, what you guys are about, what you do that's special. Marketing, as it ties into promoting your brand, I like to think of as the parent of advertising and promotion. There's so many things that go into marketing. It's really about trying to figure out what's unique about your product, what's your story behind it, and then using those other tools to push that forward to your consumer to see results. One of the things you definitely want to do is you want to develop technical expertise. And what I mean by that is you want to be very intentional about setting goals, building a budget around your marketing campaign, measuring performance, and then after that, making adjustments accordingly. You know, like spaghetti and meatballs, when you're advertising or promoting something in a marketing campaign, you want to make sure that those things correlate together and make a wonderful meal. So I chose this image of spaghetti and meatballs. You put that together and you put it in front of somebody, it's going to look a heck of a lot better than just some noodles with butter on them. Now, content marketing is a great way to identify what your ideal client is and then build your image, your story in your marketing campaign to target them specifically. One of the things you see on TV that I think is wonderful is when customers or when companies take their employees and they put them on the front. And you see the smiling faces of the people that work so hard on that product they deliver to you. And it really builds that connection, that rapport between the customer and the employee, the guts of your operation. Now, branding is critical, and that's the whole point of this presentation. We're not just about marketing, but branding is where you're not selling somebody something. You are providing a service that they need, that they trust. Nike, BMW, you trust those things. Now, marketing is really the parent of promotion and advertising. Marketing focuses on your brand and its story. And I believe that it is critical and consistent soul of what you are doing. The marketing campaign defines what your company is to your customer. First thing you have to do in conclusion, know your product. You've got to know what you're selling. You've got to identify if it's unique, and if not, you need to make it unique. Again, communicate with your clients, your existing clients, to figure out what that may be. Just so hedge against using promotion. Promotion's good in the short term, but it is so critical when putting together a promotion that you are not entirely myopically focused on the short-term gains that you'll get from this promotion from sales. You don't want to jeopardize the long-term story of your brand. Now, from product to story and to branding, sustainability, and growth, we now understand, I hope, more fully how intentional and consistent our messaging needs to be to take our brand to the next level.